Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Board Game Spotlight. Today, doing a solo playthrough of a game that is on Kickstarter right now. This is called Okko Oni Hunter. Now, this is a game that has a huge following with a comic book series. And if you are fans of that, that might be why you are here watching this gameplay tonight, so that you can get an idea of what they're bringing this comic book world to on this version of the board game. Now, this is a co-op game. So typically, you could play this game with 1 to 2 people. And tonight, I'm going to be doing this all by myself, going at it with 2 characters from the comic books. So I've got Okko and Notion. And I'm going to be playing with these tonight, and I am going to be trying to do my best job of managing both of these hands of cards, as we are going to be going about and trying to hunt down some Oni. And so this game actually plays out over 3 regions. So imagine, if you will, that all 3 of us, or all 3 of these regions, I'm going and I'm trying to find the Oni in each one of these regions. At the very end of the game, you'll see when we get there, we are going to go to the court of Pajan, and I'm going to have to perfectly, mind you, I'm going to have to perfectly pick out where the Oni are on the court. And if I mess up even once, I hope this doesn't happen, but if I mess up even once, then I will have lost the game. And so we're going to dive into this tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. If the music's too loud, if the music's not loud enough, I've got all this stuff going on, and I'm trying to do my best job of doing a good preview for you tonight. So if you got any questions or comments, put them in there. I will be checking. The comments are right here, so I'm going to be checking the comments as often as I can, especially since it's just me tonight. So keep me company. Let's play a good round of Okko Oni Hunter. Let's do it. So here we go. We're diving. Let me show you the board so you can see kind of what we're dealing with tonight. So this is the board that we have in front of us. And so there are actually 3 levels of the game that we're going to be going through. The first that we're going to be making our way through is the Inn at Kappa. And we have 20 days to make our way through this location. At the end of 20 days, no matter what, we will be moving on to the next location, which is the fort at Betten Pass. And again, we will reset, and we'll have about 20 turns to 20 days to go through this, make our way through it. But we're going to be encountering some new things. There's going to be these terrible crows and this army that we're going to have to fight at the end. And if we do a good job at that, then, well, regardless, we're going to keep on moving through. Even if we do an awful job, we're going to keep on going down until we get to Mayudama's domain. And so once we do that, once we make it to the end of the 20 days on this one, then we are going to, let me show you, the court of Pajan. We are going to have to find the Oni. Now, here's what we did. I just wanted to show you that I shuffled this up, and I have no clue what's underneath here, but I'll just kind of show you. We are going to be looking, as the game goes on, for some Oni in here. And somewhere, there they are. There's an Oni. And so we are looking for these guys in the mix. And so let me flip this back over. And our job is we are hunting them down as we're trying to find where they're going to be at. So I have no clue. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but we are on the hunt for the Oni. And so this is a cooperative hand management game with a very, very, very important memorization mechanic. So we have to remember where these Oni are. And so how do we get to look at this board? They're all face down. And when we do get to look, we'll flip them up and see if it is either an Oni or someone in the court. And then we flip them back over, and we have to remember. And during the game, there will be multiple things that might turn the board around on us. So I'm going to be talking this through with all of us tonight. I'm going to be talking through where I remember they're at. I think it was the second one on the left. We cleared that whole left column. We're going to be doing all of that kind of stuff, because the worst possible thing is for you to play this game and then miss that. So I'm going to be doing a really good job at that tonight. But there's different ways that we can flip over some of those to see where the Oni are. One of those things is we are going to be fighting battles against these I forget what they're called, but these enemies that are going to be coming out. So we're going to flip out these enemy cards, And as these enemies come out onto the board, and once we destroy 6 of them or get rid of 6 of them, then we now have the chance to look at something that's on the board. Each one of these levels also has a middle boss and a major boss, a big boss battle at the end. A final boss is what they call it. And so we're going to be fighting them, and we're able to do look at Oni after we defeat them. And then we also have this portion of the board right here, which are called encounters. And so we're going to be discarding cards with these symbols to complete these encounters. And once we do all of them, then it's going to allow us to look at 2 Oni on the board. So that's a very important way that we do get to be able to look at Oni that are out there. But one thing that's really cool about each one of these levels, you'll see it in just a minute, but each one of these levels has something very unique about it. So although they share the same basic mechanic of enemies come out, we fight them, we move across this board looking for the middle boss and looking for the final boss, although they have all of that, each one of them has something completely unique in what's happening. So let's talk about the end of Kappa. The first thing that we're going to be going through are these jars. There will be, I'm certain of it, the cards that come out that say we have to get rid of one of these jars that are out here. And we're going to be counting down when all of the jars have been broken or all of the jars have been removed. I have to choose one of these stacks of cards, reveal them, and I have to do all of them. And so there are some really bad things in these stacks of cards, but there are also clues in them. And if I reveal a stack that has 3 clues, I'm going to get to look for an Oni, and that's really cool. But otherwise, I have to do, regardless, I have to do whatever is in all of these cards. So I definitely want the clues, and I don't want any of the bad stuff. So we're just gonna progress here, and you'll kind of see how this works. Now, who am I playing with tonight? I am playing with. I'm going to start at least by playing with, there we go, Notion and Okko. Now, these are characters that if you're playing in the 2-player version, each person would take one of these characters, and then they each have a character ability that you can activate. But if your character gets wounded, and they will get wounded when they fight, then they will not be able to use that character ability. And so they flip to their wounded side. And you have to wait a whole turn to be able to take that wounded token off. And then the next turn, now they can start fighting again. So we're going to dive right into this thing. I'm going to stop explaining every little detail, which I'm guilty of. And we're going to play. And as we go through, I'm going to explain to you what we're doing. So we're going to play with Notion and Okko, and each one of them start with a hand of cards, 6 cards that we are going to use to do different things on the board. But the first thing you do every single round is we reveal an enemy card. So boom, we're going to reveal an enemy card and do whatever it says on here. So this says each player discards. What's up with that? We're already starting out with something bad. Each player discards 1 adventure card. So I have to look in my hand and painfully choose what I want to get rid of. I think I'm going to get rid of, Notion is going to get rid of this 1 card right here because he just has 1 attack ability. So that's not that good. So we'll get rid of that. And then we'll jump over here to Okko and painfully see what Okko has to get rid of. That's a 3. Exploration equipment card. I'm not going to do that. 2. We're going to do the same thing. So Okko gets rid of that one. Now the game is called Okko, right? But all the times that I played this game, this guy stays in my party the entire time. After each board, you have the opportunity to switch out somebody that you want, and usually we're switching out somebody else because I really love his ability, and we'll talk about that once we get to it. So. Okay, so now I have revealed an enemy. I get to draw what are called adventure cards. I forgot to mention that. And these adventure cards give you the ability to fight the enemies that come out in 2 ways. You're either going to be using your attack ability or you're going to be using your equipment ability to get rid of them. And when you attack, you actually take a wound every time that you do that. And but if we get rid of 6 of these enemies, we're going to get to look for Oni. So now that I've taken a card, revealed an enemy, I took a card. Now what I get to do is I have the choice of a few things that I could do. The first thing that I could do is I could try to move our party along. So there is a track here on the board that shows these arrows, and it shows different ways that I could go about the board and what I'm going to encounter when I go different directions. Now, when I leave this area, I'm going to have to do something that's called exploration, and we'll get to that. But then I'm also going to have to get rid of a card, so that's a bummer. And then I have two options here of different routes that I could take. I could come up here and do a 3 exploration, which is a little bit easier, or I could kind of take this shortcut over here. But that takes 6 exploration, and that's a lot harder, especially when I show you how we explore. It's a push your luck mechanism, and it's not going to be easy. But if I go up here, I'm going to be able to take one of these special cards that are over here, so that's kind of cool. And then I'm going to have to come through here, but I'm going to lose a day when I go that direction. Lots of choices to be made when it comes to exploring the board. The other thing that I could do is attack. So we have one person out here that I could attack. The other thing that I could do is I could do my encounters that are right here. And then when we get further along, if I'm facing a middle boss, which on the board, the middle boss is right here with this yellow symbol, or we're going to come all the way down and make it to our final boss right here. And everything that I choose to do is going to cost me a day to do it. So I'm going to look at my cards real quick and see if I can figure out what I want to do. So let's see what I got here. I got a equipment and an attack, 1 attack, 4 attack. This one's awesome. And this is Akasha Sani, the battle mage. And I could also summon a Kami here if I wanted to by doing a 4 exploration. So that's pretty cool. A 1 exploration here. And then this says I draw an adventure card and I earn 1 day. This is just 1 equipment card. And then here's something special I could do that says take the last 2 cards under the adventure discard pile. And I haven't really got any discards that I want yet. So instead, I think what I'm going to do to start this thing out is I think I'm just going to draw 2 cards. That's another action that you could get. So I'm going to advance the day token there so that I chewed up a day so that I could take 2 cards, and hopefully they're good ones. A 2 and a 1, and then a 1. But I do have this Kami that I could summon there, which is pretty cool. And so I don't know. So the Kami says if I do the 5, I will be able to move from the location and get an enemy card if I do a success. But if a failure, I lose a day if I'm trying to summon this. So, okay, that's what I've chosen to do. So we'll say that that's Notion's turn. And I'm going to try to keep myself honest here by turning these so that I'll remember what I'm doing. Okay. The second thing the second action that I can do on a turn is with Okko. So he's my second player. Let's see what Okko has. A 2, a 3. Now that's pretty good. I could use my equipment card right here and just get rid of that scheming woman. That's the name of the card. The scheming woman is the 3. Or I've got a 2 attack, a 1 attack equipment, or 2 and a 1. What do I want to do? Oh, I forgot. I'm getting out of order already. First thing you do on a new player's turn is you reveal a new card. And this says discard this enemy card. That's awesome. One thing I didn't talk about is these cards, you don't have to deal with them right away. You kind of do it when you want to. But if they build up too much and they get up to 5, at the end of every round that there's 5 out there, you're going to automatically lose another day, which is bad. And if they get up to 7, then you're going to lose 2 days at the end of every single turn. And that's going to drastically ramp up the end of your round. And so you don't want to let that happen. And so we kind of lucked out because we got a discard card. I don't know how many of those are in there, but maybe they're just going easy on us on our first level because the enemies do tend to ramp up on you. Okay, so next up, let's take a look at what I can do with Okko. So I am going to, I think with Okko, I think I might do the same thing. I'm going to draw 2 cards, and then that's going to bump that up a day. I'm just kind of worried that things are going to kind of get out of hand, and so I'd like to have a deck of cards that I'm going to be able to do something with. Now, the other thing that you can do on this is that you can, at the beginning of your turn, trade a card with the person that's playing with you, the other person that's with you. And so you trade with, they're not your opponent, but they're your teammate. And so you could trade a card with them because when it's their turn, it's their turn. And if they do not have the cards that they need, they do not have the cards. And so you can't do the thing. So here we go, next round. So I'm going to flip this over. And this says each player discards 1 adventure card. This is terrible, terrible. So I'm going to get rid of this 1 again there, and then we'll see what Okko's going to do. I think Okko might do something very similar. Okko's going to get rid of 1, this fan instead. All right. Next up, we are going to, what are we going to do here? We are going to, what would Notion like to do? Notion has this cool ability that says during your turn, you can try to summon a kami. If I do for 3 movement exploration cards, which we haven't gotten to that, it says I can move from the location if I succeed. And if I fail, I lose a day and I take an injury. So Notion's given all he's got. And if he messes up, then he gets injured. So let's see what we want to do here with Notion. I have almost no equipment on, so I'm not going to be able to do that. I need to draw a card also at the beginning of my turn. And I can give a card if I want. So I'm going to give this equipment card to Okko, because maybe Okko is going to be able to get rid of some of these cards that I got. Okay, so let's see what I want to do. I am going to, let's try the exploration thing to see how this happens. So I'm going to need to get a 4 to leave this area, and I'm going to have to discard a card. So the way that this works is I'm going to have this deck of cards here that I've shuffled up, and I am going to have to push my luck. I reveal a card, and if it has enough exploration icons to move out of this area, I can stop. If it doesn't, then I need to go on. Now, there are failure cards in this deck. And so if you hit a failure card, then that's it. Your turn is over and you lose all your exploration points. But if you don't want to, go on and push your luck, you can stop, collect the exploration tokens that you had, and maybe do that on another day. So let's see what we got here. I'm going to try to explore. And so here's my first card. I failed right off the bat. So that says draw 1 enemy card. So the only good news is that doesn't go back into the deck. That is kind of taken out. And this deck only gets reshuffled when there are 3 cards in there. So I guess that's good that I failed early on, maybe. And then instead, what it's going to do is now I'm going to reveal a new card right here. And this says draw 1. Draw 1 enemy card. That's not going good. Okay. And now it says add 1 to the fighting skill value of every other active enemy card. Fighting skill. So now this guy is a 5 instead of a 4. This is bad. I already have 4 cards out on the table. I'm going to scoot this down. That took a day of my time. This is not good. So we're hoping that Okko can do some damage here. So Notion really messed us up, but Okko is going to save the day. All right, next up. So now it is Okko's turn. So we reveal a card, and that actually puts us at 5 now. And this says add 1 to the fighting skill value of every other active enemy. So now he's a 4. Now he's a 5. This is bad, bad, bad. But I do get to draw a card. And now it's my turn. And if I do not get rid of one of these cards this round, we're actually going to lose 2. So I'm definitely going to attack with Okko. So his ability says, which I absolutely love, it's one of my favorites, discard an adventure card. That's a bummer. But then this turn, the blue icons, the investigation skills, I keep calling them equipment, but they're investigation skills. Now they are the value of your adventure cards, or fighting cards. And so what that means is now the blue icons count as the red icons, and we're going to need that here in just a second. So what do we got here? So I have to discard a card. So let's get rid of something that I'm just not going to want. We'll get rid of this 1 fan, and now we can do some damage. And remember, if I get rid of 6 of these, then I'm going to be able to check and look for one of those Oni. So we're going to do this. So this 1 card, because of Okko's ability, allows me to do 3 damage here, and we got our first kill. Thank you, Okko. He just jumps into battle and takes care of business. Same kind of thing. Here we go. This 3 could take care of that because of Okko's ability. He's taken out 2. This is great. And now this guy is actually a 5. So let's see what we could do here. So I can combine cards and I can carry them over. So this would be a 6. So that's going to be 5, and it takes care of him. I have 1 left over. So I'm going to, but 4, 5, 6. But I do not have any other icons that would allow me to further on. So although I have a leftover one, it actually gets discarded. So that's bad. But good news. Thank you, Okko. We defeated three cards. So we're halfway there to find to take our first peek at some Oni in the game. But that wore Okko out, so he took a wound for that battle, and now at the end of his turn, he gets flipped over to this side, and so he fought, so that moves him up 1 level. So there you go. Thank you, Okko. So now the bad news is that Okko next round cannot attack. But he'll take his full turn. He can still draw cards. He can still explore, I think. He can still do encounters, but he can't fight anybody because he's injured. So here we go. Flip this around. Now we know Notion is going. Beginning of the turn. So first thing we do is we draw a new card. And this says remove 1 jar icon. So now I get to show you what this mechanic does. So I have these 3 sets of cards. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 card off the top of each. I get to look at them, and I get to place them back in these stacks. Any stack that I want, just 1 per. And so look, let me show you what I pulled out of here. So I got a clue card. This is great. This is one that I want. This says lose a day. Oh, this is bad. I got 2 clue cards. So the reason that that's bad is because I want to put them back in the same stack. So, but I can't because I can only do 1. So let me try to remember. I'm going to put the good cards in the left stack. And then I got to bury this one, and I hate it. That one's going to go in the second. And I'm definitely going to put all the worst ones in the third stack because I don't want them. So that's a bummer. But I do know that there is a good clue in the first and second stack. So I'm going to keep the first stack in mind. All my good jars I'm going to throw over there. Okay, and now we're back to 3 people again. So you can kind of see 3 people that 3 enemies have come out. But I do get to draw a card to start my turn. And let's see what happens with Notion. I feel like I can trade a card if I want. I'm not going to do that just yet. So instead, what I'm going to do, how many Explore tokens do I have? Not Explore. I can't think of the word. Investigate. That's the word. Investigate tokens. How many of those do I have? I don't have a lot. So I think we're going to leave. It's going to be a bummer, but Okko will get another card, and then back to my turn. Maybe I'll be able to get some investigation cards going. Or maybe I could summon a Kami. That's not going to help me right now. So instead, I think I'm going to try to explore again and maybe see if I can get us out of here. So we're going to jump back to this board over here. I'm going to reveal a couple cards and see. This cost me a day to do this action. I'm going to make sure I do that. And now I'm going to reveal the cards. Okay, good. I got a 2. I need 4 to get out of here. So that's 2, 3. If I hit another failure, I will lose all of that. I think there's only 3 failure cards in the whole deck, so I'm going to push it and just see what happens. Oh, good. Woo! Worked out. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Now, I could keep going if I want and kind of bank some of these for later, but I'm not a pressure luck guy. That is not, I'm not that good at that stuff. So I'm going cautious, and I'm going to do that. So Notion, I moved the day marker up because he's taken some time to explore, and we are going to now move our party to another location. So now we're going to move from right here out into here. But when I leave this location, I now have to get rid of a card, and that stinks. But I'm going to get rid of this one because to do this one, I have to do a 5, and I'm not going to do that. That sounds pretty tough. So I'm going to get rid of that one. So now we moved into this new location that now affords us a couple options. We can, if we so decide, and if you want to help me in the comments, I'd appreciate it. We could decide to go north, or we could go, what would that be, east, either way, so north or east. whichever direction we want to go. This way is going to take 6 exploration. That way is going to take 3. But we do get a card. So maybe on the next round, we might decide to go. I think we're going to go north is what we are going to do. So we still haven't gotten any Oni yet. So we're going to have to be doing something to get some Oni on the board, which I keep forgetting. This encounters board might be an option for us as well. Okay, next turn. So we reveal another card. And this says add 1 to the value, fighting skill value of every other active enemy card. And he is the only one with fighting skill, so that's good. But the problem is if another one of these guys come out, kind of compound, so we don't want that. Okko cannot attack this round. He does get a free card. And so Okko is going to... What is Okko going to do? I think Okko is going to draw a couple more cards because I feel like I'm going to need some abilities in the next round. So there we go. There, that moves up the day for him. And now scoot these guys down because the enemies are still coming. So here we go. Reveal another card. Oh, we get a reprieve. So this just says discard the enemy card. So there we go. So that's great. Nothing really happened there. I get an extra card. Oh, I forgot Okko now heals up. Get rid of that wound. And his ability is coming. So anything that I could give him this round to fight for us would be great too. So I am going to... I think I'm going to give Okko this guy. There you go, buddy. And now I'm going to attack. So that gives me a day. So we're almost halfway around this first board. So you can see we got a lot of ground to cover. And it says take the last 2 cards under the adventure discard pile. I'm going to use this just so I can get some more cards into my hand. 1, 2. This gives me some attack. And now I'm going to... Notion is going to try to attack right here. And so what does this do? So I need 3 to get rid of that guy. Let's do this. Yeah, this will work out good. So I'm going to play these 2 cards right here. Gives me 3. Oh, you can't see that. Sorry. I'm going to give me 3. What's up, Tara Hudson? Good to see you. Hope you're enjoying the voice. We got 3 attack points right here. So that's going to get rid of this ninja. Goodbye. And then these 2 points are going to get rid of this geisha. Goodbye. Poof. What are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Let's see if Notion can knock out the rest of these. No, he can't because I don't have any other. I have no investigate tokens. So that's all that's going to happen there. But that's okay because we are so close. And did I get 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're so close to getting to check out for an Oni. So that's Notion. But Notion attacked. So he takes a wound and becomes wounded. Take a rest, bud. It's going to be all right. Now we come to Okko. And Okko is now going to... Oh, not that card. Okko is going to reveal a new card. Lady with the Veil. And it says rotate the court of Pajan a half turn. That's not that bad because... we haven't even looked at any of those Oni yet. So it really does not matter where these guys are at because I haven't seen a single one yet. So, and then he gets this card that I was looking at. Oh, that one goes there. Okko gets a card, and now we're going to try to go to work with Okko. What do you got here, bud? What do you got? Okay, we can do this. I can get 2 more, and this will get me that. So Okko's going to attack. He's going to do this card right here that matches that one. Get out of here. This gets our first set of 6. So we're going to get to look for one. That's wasted. But now I do have this card that says I can draw the 2 adventure cards and I earn a day. So we're going to draw those, see if we get anything good. Haha, we did. And then I earn a day. So I'll push that back, which actually I forgot to move that around for him. So there we go. So we kind of just summed that out. And then now I'm going to try to get rid of this scheming women. There's 2 of them, scheming woman and a scheming woman. So we're going to play this. Those 3 are now going to get rid of this scheming woman. That's going to start our new pile of 6. And do I have draw 2 adventure cards and earn 1 day? I got another one of those, the backpack. Let's do it. No, let's do this right here. Oh, that's wasting some of those, though. Let's just use this and see if I can get, yes, perfect. Okay, this goes back up, and then I'm going to play this pass right here to get rid of this last scheming woman. Get out of here. So here we go. All right, and now Okko's going to become injured. I'm going to try to not get ahead of myself here. Okko did that for us. Okko now becomes wounded, and because I have 6 enemies that I have now destroyed, took care of business, I now get to peek at the board. Let me take myself off the screen so you can see. I now get to look at this Court of Pajan board. And just so you know, because I've played this a few times now, I've systematically had to figure out a way to do this. Now, this might sound super boring to you, but the way my brain works, because when I start talking attack, investigate, move across the board, explore, I can totally forget about what's going on over here. So instead, I have figured out how to systematically do this. And what I'm going to do is try to go like in a pattern so that I know exactly what I've explored and what I haven't. So we're starting right down here in this corner, and we're going to flip this over and hope for an Oni. Just got a courtesan. That's okay. So this is a good person. We do not want to kill them at the end of the game. So you are safe, my friend. So now we know this person in this corner is not going to get attacked. So you're safe, my friend. And now I remember that that one corner is there. So 1 set of 6, 2 more. And the great news is that all cleared out. So that's good. So we might take our time now and try to do maybe some of these encounter things because this is going to let us see two Oni, and that's a good thing. So, okay. So now we are back to Notion's turn. Notion is wounded, so we cannot explore and we cannot attack, but we can do encounters. So first thing we do is reveal a new card, and that says remove 1 jar icon. Bummer. We're down to 3. So now we take 1 card from each of these stacks, and I'm hoping that we don't get 2 clue cards. Each player must discard 1 adventure card. We got a clue. This is good. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So we're going to stuff this one underneath the first stack because we said that that was our good stack. Now we're going to put these over here. So good stack has got 2 going for us already. So that's pretty cool. Okay, but we do have this. We can't really do anything with that right now. So let's see what Notion has. So in order to do this first part of the encounter, I need 2 of these blue icons. I don't know if you can see that. 2 of the blue icons, which I would have. Then I'd need a red icon and a blue icon, which I would have. And then I would need 2 of these. And then I need 1 of those. I have not drawn my card for this round, so maybe I'll get lucky. No, I did not get lucky. Well, maybe I will. Yeah. We'll switch that. Okay, perfect. So what's cool about the encounters board, this section of the board, is that if you can complete it all on 1 turn, you can do it. So basically, you go as far as you can, and then you would stop. But if you can do it all, then you go all the way through and reveal 2 Oni, which is what I'm going to do. I have exactly those. So Notion is now going to be card broke. He has bankrupt himself, but he's resting up anyway. So he's going to use all of his cards, poof, and I'll show you that. So typically you would go through here and you would put 1 of these tokens on until it's all covered up. And I didn't mention this before, but everything that you are seeing right now is total prototype. So this is all just prototype. So check the Kickstarter campaign. I know that it'll change. And then a lot of these are just items that were cut out by myself. And so just know that everything is not going to look like this does right here. But here we go. So I discarded all those cards, which fulfilled all those conditions. And now I get to look at 2 Oni. And continuing on with my systematic approach, I think I'm going to reveal this one. You can see that, right? Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's another no. And maybe we'll get lucky, and then this one will be an Oni. Yes. Woo. Okay, good. Sorry if I That was too loud. Okay, so this is great news. We have, I know what this is, I know what this is, and we have our first Oni. So you already saw how the board can rotate. So I just have to keep in mind where this Oni is, because at the very end of the game, we got to kill this person who is a hiding Oni. So painfully, I have to flip these back over. And now we remember. People of the internet, send me your internet brain. Don't cheat for me, but just help me out. You know, send those vibes, because I got to remember that one right there. So, but that's good. One of 3 Oni have now come out onto the board. That's the end of Notion's turn. He loses a wound, which means he now becomes fighting strong again. And now we move over to Okko, who is also, which, speaking of, we should have done that. And I think I actually missed a day there. That's something you got to remember. So, okay. So now we're on this side of the track now, and we're coming down. Once I make it to 20, we have to move on to the other side of the board. Okay. So now Okko's turn. He's wounded, so he can't attack and he can't explore. So the only thing that I'm probably going to do with him, he takes a card, and I'm going to take 2 more cards. We're going to try to load up here. I didn't even see what those were, but hopefully they're good stuff for us. Okay, 2, 2, and 1. That's a great card. Okay, so moving along. Thank you, Okko. Wound is gone. Magically healed. Start of the next turn. Notion reveals an enemy card. These are relentless. They just keep coming every time. Each player discards 1 adventure card. I think that this is resolved before I get my card. So Notion has no cards, but then he gets a card. So I was broke at just the right time. And then Okko has to sadly cough up something. So Okko is going to cough up. I love all of his cards, so we're going to get rid of that one instead. Okay, so now, Okko, what are we going to do, my friend? I think we ought to... I hope I can remember this. I think what I might do on this next round is use Notion's ability to summon, because if I do that, we can go across here, because this has moved from this location. So if he summons a Kami, then I can go over here instead of having to go all the way around there. So I'm not going to attack. I mean, I can attack. Yes, I could. Yes, I could, but I've got a 4. That's not going to do me any good. I didn't mention this before, but you have to attack these people in this direction. It's Notion's turn. I was thinking it's Okko's turn. It's Notion's turn. He could totally summon and go across there. What do you say? I say we do it. Okay, we're going to do it. All right. Pushing my luck just a little bit. It's a live stream. I might as well live on the edge, right? So here we go. I'm going to push my luck. I need to get 3. This is his ability. So get 3, 2, woo. And I've got to do it. 3, we got it. Yes. Okay. So Notion has summoned a Kami. The Kami lifts us up across the board, and whoosh, it says we move from this location. Just like that. If we had done a failure, we would have lost a day and we would have taken an injury. So Notion, good job, my friend. You did it. You did it. And we're all so proud of you. Okay. But that kind of makes me nervous about this deck now, because we've already seen a lot of good cards. We reshuffle it when it gets to 3. So there's only 4 more cards in here. And I'm wondering which one of those are the bad ones. So, okay. But we are moving along. And to go to the next area, all we have to do is get rid of a card. But when we do, we are going to fight the middle boss on this. And I'm kind of glad about that, because I want you to see some of these, the middle boss, which is not good. So before I forget, move that round tracker up, because it took a day to do that. And then the next thing that I need to do. Okay, so that was Notion's turn. Now it is Okko's turn. Reveal a terrible enemy. This is not good, because I know what's about to happen with the middle boss. So lose 2 days. Poof, poof. Then we're going to lose a day when he starts fighting. Okay, so I could use investigate tokens as fight tokens if I want, icons. But let me just see what I got. Okay, I think I'm just going to fight. Okko's going to come in here and do some damage again. So first thing I'm going to do is, because if I kill all, I need one more. Why don't we adventure? We are going to move on instead, because I've got some good cards in my hand, and I think it would be good to wait so that I can get rid of this middle boss. So instead, Okko is going to beef up and just take 2 cards. That moves us up a day. Now it is Notion's turn. Okay. So Notion reveals an enemy card that says, discard this enemy card. That's great. He takes a card, and now it's his turn. What is he going to do? He's going to move us. So we are going to move and come down here. To do that, he has to discard a card, which we're going to do that. And before I did that, let's pretend that I had already passed that card off to my buddy. So we're going to do that. I cheated a little bit, but I just did it out of order is all that I did there. So, okay. So now we move down into this area, which now reveals the middle boss. So we're going to poof, get this middle boss. And I haven't talked about the artwork a lot, but check out the artwork on these. Super cool. If you read the comic book, I'm sure that this all looks super familiar to you. And now here's our middle boss that says, lose 3 days. Oh, this is not good, because look at this board over here. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to fight him because that's the right thing to do. I'm going to fight this guy, but that means that it's going to take me a day. And if we don't do it, then we will basically have lost our ability to get these 2 Onis. So moving him down here. This counts as 2 enemy cards, which will actually help us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyways, it'll be good. But he's a 4, 2, 3, 2. So let's see what kind of work Okko could do. If I discard an adventure card, my investigate tokens could become attack tokens. I don't know if that's super helpful. I'm sorry. Can't see what I'm doing here. Got 2. That could be 2 attack, 3. I'm going to make quick work of that middle boss. Yeah, I got tons of those icons. And then I've got this card that says earn 3 days. Well, hey, let's do that. 1, 2, 3. That was perfect time. Which I think it's funny that the Saki gives me 3 days. Is it like there's a battle out there, we don't care, or I don't know. I don't know what the deal is there, but that's funny. Okay, so we're going to attack, and I don't think that I need to. Let me do some quick math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, we got this, because I've been beefing up my deck here. So here we go. So let's get this 4. First off, my general comes in and slashes the Bunraku and gets rid of him. That counts as 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to use what card? This one, to get rid of the Oyabun. And I'm sure that I'm tearing these up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then now I've got to sadly use some other cards that are going to combo. But then this will work. 2 and 3 will get rid of this one. And then 2 and 1 will get rid of this one. So there we go. So we got rid of all of those. And then that gives us the opportunity to do a couple things. So 1, we got rid of a middle boss, which is going to allow us to look on the board. And then 2, we also got rid of another set of 6. So that's going to let us look at another group. So do this because I attacked. I can't forget that. So systematically here, where were we? Let me get rid of that so you can see. We've done these 3, right? And that was the Oni. So here's my 1 for getting rid of the 6. Okay. All right, that's good. So we know in this row right here, it's right there on the top. Now let's come back down here to the bottom. And then I do this for killing my middle boss. No. Okay. That's all right. That is okay. Okay. So it's really good news when you don't find anything, because I played this a couple times, and on one of the other games, I found 2 of the 3 Oni in the first row. And then I had, 12 more cards that I knew that there was only 1 in. And I don't know why that messed with my brain, because it was like, I've got 12 cards and the chances of finding 1 in them, that's not going to be very good. But we can tell because we've got 1 in that top spot right there, the third from the top. So we're doing all right. So continuing on there. Okay, so we did that. And we got a couple more days here, so we're doing okay. What we could do is come down here. If we got to this boss, then we're going to look at 2. So let's maybe continue on in our adventure. So that was Okko. We're back to Notion. So Notion reveals a card, draw 1 enemy card, remove 1 jar icon. Here we go. Poof. I'm actually feeling good about the jar icon thing because we've already got 2 in here, and you only need 3 to get it. So if all these jars break, I think we'll be all right. So what did we get? Haha, there we go. This is good. This is really, really good. So now we have, this goes over here. I'm actually going to put, I should have been thinking about that. I could lose 1 day or something. I don't know what's worse. There are cards in here where you have to lose adventure cards, things like that. I haven't really experienced this bad enough yet to know what is the better thing to put in a pile that you have to take. But anyways, so here we go. So it's Notion's turn. He gets a card. He's broke. I remember that because he did the encounter and then he traded the card. So now Notion just has 1 card. What you get, dude? Look for the card of your choice in the adventure discard pile and earn 1 day. That's awesome. I say we press our luck and we try to get down to this boss. Well, let me count it out first. It'd take me a day to get here. That's 17. We're going to lose a day. That's 18 because of that icon. 19 if Okko goes. And then 20 to get over here. We're not going to make it to that final boss unless I got a card that said that. So instead, what I think I'm going to do is use this time to... I think our time at the Inn of Kappa is coming to a close. And so I think I'm going to just try to store up for the next level, the inn at Belfort. The fort at Benton Pass. Sorry, the fort at Benton Pass is next. Cost me a day. Okay. Okko's turn. Remove 1 jar icon. Okay, we're getting there. I think we're coming to the end of this jar thing. Hopefully you'll get to see this play out because I want to get the Oni. Oh, none of these are good. None of these are good. Lose a day, draw 2 enemy cards. I guess we're going to do the lose a day thing. Whoops. Draw 2 enemy cards. Draw 2 enemy cards goes there. Okay. So that's how that works. It's Okko's turn. We've got 1 card here. Let's get rid of these so that we don't have to worry about them for the next round. And it's going to give us stacks of 6. So 1, boom, get out of here, Ronin. 2, there we go. This is the I can't even say that, but gone, out of here, and then a 4. We got it. We got these 2. I don't know if this is good or not. Maybe I should have been storing these up for the next round. I don't know. Maybe some people with a lot more experience would be able to tell me. But Okko took some pain for that. So Okko is now wounded. I'm so sorry, my friend, but thank you for your service. And we're going to keep going. That cost a day to do that. Back to Notion. Reveals a card. Remove 1 jar icon. So here we go. This is it. So now the last jar icon has been removed from the board. And now I get to pick one of these piles. I have to reveal all of them and do all of them. So here we go. Lose 1 day. Whoosh, that's not too bad. Clue, clue, clue. And so we found our clues. This is great. Okay, so we got our clues, and now we're going to look for the Oni. And, man, I'm struggling. I think I just did that bottom one, right? Did I already look at that second one? Don't tell me, because that's cheating. Okay. Well, if I already looked at it, then that's painful. But I've now made like what would be a D shape. Let's remember that. There we go. Memory, muscle, whatever, memorization. So 1, I made a mark on the paper. Here we go. There's 1 here, nothing here. So that's good. So we know that now. Okay. And we have how many of these cards? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So that was Notion, right? Next up, we come back here and we are coming to the other Okko. Okko's turn again. All that he could do, we got to reveal this. Add 1 to the investigation skill value of every other active enemy. So this would now be a 3 instead of a 2. He gets a card. Can't do anything else. I'm going to buff up, try to get this. And that puts us at the end of 20 days. So we just finished 1/3 of the game. And this is kind of scary because I've only found 1 Oni. So what do we do next? Now we are going to reset. So now I'm going to get rid of these specialty cards that we never encountered. I don't think so. We kind of went the short way. We have killed 4 enemies. So that's going to carry over with us along with the enemies of the previous round. So they are still there, but I'm going to get rid of what's left. And now we have the fort at Belton Pass. So here is the new board that we're going to be going through. We place our icon. Our team icon is right here. We're going to be making our way through here. And on this deck, what it does that's unique is it told me to get rid of the Army of the Deads, 5 of these, and these go to the side. And what's unique about this is now there are crow symbols. Anytime we try to make an explore to go to a new location to go on, we now have to, if we do a failure, which is probably pretty inevitable because of what we pulled already, I can ignore the failure and keep going, but I have to put out this crow symbol. And once this gets to 5, all of these guys are going to be added in, and they now become our final boss. And that's bad. You do not want that to happen. So we're gonna add that in there. And if we get all 5, then at the end of every round, 2 enemies come out every turn. So it's just gonna pile. So we have our new deck of enemies. So this is a little bit different. And we're going to be encountering, I don't know if you noticed on the board, but our middle boss is going to come up 1, 2 movements away, and they force us to go this way. So we know that the big guy or the middle boss is coming. So here we go. Okko would have healed at the end of that round. We start on day 3 every time. They start you on day 3 because if we had beat the final boss on that last round at round 18, we could have banked 2 days and come over here. Now, this is the opportunity, if you wanted to swap out your heroes. And so on this board, the other 2 heroes that we have, I'll show you, is Naburo. During a fight where you engage at least 3 enemy cards, you earn a day. So he's going to help you there. Or Genji, that says you can trade up to 2 adventure cards with the second player. And so that's some new options that we have. But if I trade out, I gotta spend a day to do that. I think I might do it, actually. I think I'm going to keep Okko and Naburo because I think we're going to be doing some damage this round. Because if I let them pile up on me and Naburo is going to go first, then if I let them do that, he might be able to take out these 3. Gonna have a lot of cards, but he could take out 3 guys, and then we could automatically earn a day. Now, we do have some new cards that have come out here that we could choose from. If I can squeeze them all in there. And these, I didn't mention this, but these actually come up when you land on these spaces right here. You have the option to pick up one of these specialty cards, or if it has that icon, then you're allowed to pick up 2 adventure cards. So you kind of decide on what it is that you want to do. And so that's kind of cool. Okay, so let's start it out. First thing we do, sadly, is we reveal a card. And it says, Oni Bushi. Add 1 to the fighting skill value of every other active card. So this is a 3. That becomes a 3 now. And it doesn't affect that card. And we already have 3. Now let's see. Naburo gets an extra card this time. And let's see what he says. All right, he's got a few good abilities. This one could take care of the geisha there. This one, look for the card of your choice in the adventure pile and earn 1 day. So we're going to do this. So Naburo, first off, I think is going to attack and do some good work for us. So I'm going to play this and put it here. I'm going to get a day. Actually, he would use a day to attack, and then we gain 1 back. Now I'm going to search through the deck and find the one that I want, which is going to be the 4-hit. 4-hit. We need our general back. So now we're getting our general. So the general is going to attack for 4. So it knocks this one out and carries over to this one, which would be 1. And this was a 3, 2, 3. We did that to get rid of the San there. And then this 2 is going to take care of the geisha there. So Noburo, already, he gave us a day when we... he's really helping us out. This guy did a whole bunch of stuff, and it didn't even take him that long. We actually gained some time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We now have 6 cards that we have killed. We now go back to the board. We've done this. This is the next one, right? That we haven't seen. If we're doing this systematically. Okay, that's all right. Oni, nothing. Now we only lack this one right here that we haven't seen. These guys can go away because they're no longer needed on this round. This is not there yet. Okay. And we've got 1 card left. Let's swap that out with a brown one so that I don't think I forgot that. There we go. Okay. Good job, Naburo. You take a wound, though. That stinks because you went to war, but that's all right. Now it's Okko's turn. Let's reveal another enemy. Skeleton. Bushi. 1 attack, not that hard. And now what are we going to do with our friend Okko? I think we are going to try to explore and move on. He's got some good stuff, but I'm going to... Ooh, he's got some sake too. So that can earn us some time in the game, which is really cool because although this is a timed round, there are a lot of these cards, a lot of ways that you can gain some time. So the 20 doesn't always feel that bad. So I'm going to move this up so that Okko can go, and he is going to push his luck, I think, and we're going to try to move on and fight that boss. So here we go. Let's push our luck. Let's do this so you can see me, and poof. Lose 2 days. That's bad news, and it's a failure, so I would have to stop. I think we ought to use our first crow. So I'm using a crow. That goes on the board, which means I can ignore that. We only need 3, so let's push on. Nothing. What? 3. Perfect. Okay, good. Okay. Now we're down to 4 cards. So once 1 more of those gets taken, then we're going to have to shuffle all that stuff back in there, and that's bad. So what do we want to do? So that moves us in. There we go. Okay, so we're getting closer now. And if we go again, we're going to fight this boss, which is right here. And I'm going to wait to show you what that one does for just a second. But if we kill it, we get to look for Oni. So that's worth it. So Okko did not get injured because he did not attack. We just explored. We move on. And I don't think I gave us a day for that. So there we go. Now, top of the turn, Naburo's turn. We're going to reveal another skeleton. He gets another card. He can't do anything else, but we could explore a little. Maybe get a little closer. Okko has no cards. Let's fix that. Before I take my turn, we are going to give Okko this one right here. That's a 2. And that says that your hero cannot receive injury during this turn. So we're finally doing that whole co-op thing where I'm sharing some cards around here. So, okay, so Okko now has that, and he is going to... He could battle. On the next turn, he could. But we're on Naburo's turn, so he can't attack. So all that we could do, we could explore. I think we're going to do it. I think my chances are good that I could pull a card and then maybe shuffle all those up and maybe get lucky and not do that. So I'll take you back there so that we can see. This is bad. 2. Oh, okay. 3 cards are left. Sadly, I got to shuffle them up. I'm going to push my luck because I would like to see us go on and face this middle boss right away. But I don't know if that's going to happen or not. So, okay. So we're going to push our luck. And I can always ignore it with a crow. So, 3. There we go. Okay, awesome. Okay, this is great, 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 great. So I'm actually going to bank 2 because I only need 3. So I'm going to get 2 of these tokens right here. So we now have 2 of those. And I can use this for exploration tokens later. So now, boom, we go to this location that reveals our boss, middle boss. And that says, rotate the Court of Pajan half a turn anti-clockwise. Add 1 crow icon. So here we go. Oh, you didn't see that. I got to take it back. I'm all like doing this movement and you can't even see what's going on. So, okay, here's where it was. Before we remove it, remember, here's our Oni. We're going to turn him anti-clockwise, just like that. Boof. So now we have done all of this, right? I think we're there. This is stuff we have not seen yet. So that's it. And then this card now comes into here. And it also said on the card, I didn't read it, but we had to add a crow icon. So now we're up to there. So this is bad. Our final boss is getting stronger, and we're getting closer to 2 per round up there. So that's crazy. All right. So now what do we do? Now it is Okko's turn, and we are going to reveal. And so just like that, we're starting to do a lot of stuff is coming. What are you going to do, Okko? Can only be used by samurai hero. Is Okko a samurai? No. Oh, that's a bummer. Neither one of them are. Take out an active enemy card of your choice. If I had that, I could do the katana sword and earn a day. Instead, it's just going to be worth a 1. His other ability says your hero cannot receive any injury tokens this round. That's good because maybe I'm going to, beginning of my turn, I'm going to give this to my friend, Noburo, which, by the way, he should have healed up. And he's going to do some work next round. And I'm going to use this card to get rid of the skeleton archer because I don't want these to pile up on us. And then what? That's the end of the turn. He does not take a injury this round, so he'll be ready to fight again on the next round as well. So there we go. And here we go. I keep forgetting that day tracker. I got to remember to do that before I do the thing that I want to do every round. Okay, next thing that I want to do. Beginning of the round, so I draw a card, another skeleton archer. I get an adventure card into my hand, and now Noburo is injured. I forgot about that. So he's not going to be able to do any good work for us. But he could do some encounters. Let's look at that. This is cool. So now if I do this full encounter, I'm going to get to see 3 Oni. So let's see what I could do. The final icons that I need are the red. So I got that icon. It's kind of hard to see, but I got that one there. And I need a circle. I got a good amount of cards here. So let me just see for a second if I have what I need. I do not have either of those symbols. Bummer. So maybe I'm not going to do this encounter. Maybe, and I can't fight. So first thing I'm going to do is give a card to my friend Okko, which would be, he just needs attack cards. Straight attack cards. So we'll give him that too. Now for my turn, what I'm going to do is draw some cards. I think this is bad. So boom, draw 2 cards. We got some work we got to do, gentlemen. And then now it's Okko's turn. Noburo heals up, goes away. What are you going to do, Okko? You are going to reveal a card. Now we're up to 5. Add 1 crow marker. This is a bummer. And now we are going to draw a card. So he's got 2 cards. This is good. But of course the card that came out is an investigate, and I don't have any investigate icons. So at the end of this round, we're going to lose 2 days. So Buro, you're going to get this card back from him, and then maybe you could do some work. And instead, Okko is going to draw 2 cards. Okay. End of the round, we got 5 people out here. This will show you this mechanic. Now I moved 2 days just because of that. Beginning of the next turn, now I have, or 1, I'm sorry. If there were 7 cards out here, I would move 2 days. So now it's the beginning of that one. Good. Discard this enemy card. We got a reprieve. That's good. So now Noburo, if he defeats 3 enemies, we're going to gain that day back. So he did that. He draws a card. Now he's going to attack. So we're going to move that up to show that he attacked. And now what are we going to do? We're going to do this 2, gets rid of that. So that's 1 enemy. I need another straight 2. What do I have? I don't have any straight 2s. So we're going to have to combo this with a 2 here to get rid of the skeleton. A 4. We're going to go 3 and a 1. We just got rid of our boss, so that'll let us look for an Oni. And 1 here. Get rid of that one. These guys are easy. 1 here to get rid of that one. So a couple things happen. I defeated 3 enemies, so Noburu's ability is going to do, but he gets a wound. So I gain a day back. That's good. I defeated a middle boss, which is going to let us continue on. And almost got confused on where the board was. And then we also have defeated 6 enemies. So we're going to get to look at 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's look at 2. So let me show you where we're at. We are at, so we're going to look at this one. And we are systematically working our way through in this one. Okay, that's all right. So that means that we are down to, here's an Oni, none through right here. So now we're at this shape right here is all that we have left to find the other ones. So that's not too bad. That is not too bad. So, okay. All right. And then while we're here, that'll be all we do. Okay. I do have 2 exploration tokens. So if we wanted to, we can just move on. Oh, I forgot. We move on anytime we defeat that monster. So now the middle boss. So now we're here, and that allows us to take one of these cards that are out here. So let's see what we got. These are all special cards. Remove a token from the crow icon. That's great. Take 1 enemy card of your choice. Take out. Wow. Earn a day. Double the fighting skill value of your hero. Your hero cannot receive any injury tokens during the fight. That's great. Double the investigation token. And if you summon a kami, it says you can flee this location. Draw 1 adventure card and earn a day. Or if you summon this kami, through which we do not have anybody that can summon right now. So we can't get the earth kami. So that's okay. Move our deck out there. That was great. That was in 1 turn. We went from like doing everything to Noburu. Did that, gained us a day. We got to look at 2 Oni, potential Oni, and then we moved on. So this is we're sitting pretty good right now on this one. So let's move on. So next round we pull out the Masked Ninja. Let me show you what this card says. It says, add 2 to the investigation skill value of every other card having an investigation skill value above 0. So as long as this guy is out on the board, investigating is going to be hard. And it is not good that he came out first, because that means that we are now, any other investigation ones that come out are going to be +2. That is bad. Okay, Okko, what are you going to do? So Okko draws a card because it's the beginning of his turn. And now Okko is going to move us along. I think we've got 2 investigation tokens or exploration tokens. I think we're going to move on. I think that's what we're going to do. So we are going to press our luck and see what we get. There we go. That's what we needed, 3, because we already had 2. I'll take this icon. And so now we are going to move our adventuring party. I think we're going to go the long way because I don't want to go straight to the boss just yet. Because I'm hoping that we could do some encounters here and get to look at 3 of the potential ones that are under there. So we're just moving along. We're just moving our party along. Up in here, nothing really happens. It's kind of peaceful and quiet. So that took a day. We're about to flip to the opposite side. But as y'all know, this game can quickly get out of control. So here we go. All right, next up, it is Naburo's turn. Again, he is injured, so he's not going to be doing any fighting this round. Here we go. I just said this, didn't I? Father Superior, he loses 2 days. So we're chewing right along there. And this is now a 3 because of the Masked Ninja. So he gains a card. And what is Noburo going to do now? We could continue to explore on. Or we could try to do some encounters here. Let's see what we got as far as encounters go. Okay, so I'm trying to match these symbols that are right here. So a red and a blue, which I've got a red and a blue. Then I need a red and that symbol, which I do not have. So we're not going to do any of that just yet. Let me see what Okko has, because maybe I get Okko to do some of that. Or maybe I start it out, and then Okko does some more. Okko does have a couple good things. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this to Okko. And now I'm going to do this encounter thing to just get us going. So this is going to pay for that one. So I've done that. I lose those cards, which is the painful thing. And then that's it, right? That's all that I do. That took a day for me to do that. That's a bummer. But we're doing the things. Okay. Noburo is no longer injured. Welcome back. Take that off. Now, if you were to gain multiple injuries on your turn, which can happen, then at the end of your turn, you only take off 1 wound. So for multiple rounds, this guy could get hurt. So that's bad. That's why you want to try to attack as much as you want on 1 turn. That way he gets all that he does and maybe not take a whole bunch of wounds. Okay, so next up is Okko. We reveal a card. Hey, this is great. Nothing happens. It's good and bad, because if you get rid of all those free pass cards, then you know it's coming for you at some point. Okay, so Okko gets a card. And now we see what we can do. Can we further this on? Actually, I think we can do pretty good. Okay, so I could do this symbol and this guy. So I got my red and then the triangle symbol we're going to do here. This cost me a day. Then I've got another. Wait, no. Take that back. This red and that. Now this is that symbol. Now I need a circle. I'm going to cheat again. No, I'm not. No, I don't have it. I just don't have it. I thought I had it. Crud. I'm missing that circle symbol. I thought that I had it, but I don't. I don't anyways. I'm close, but we're getting closer there. So that's all right. That's not too bad. Sometimes you just inch your way towards those 3 Oni. That's okay. So now, beginning of Naburo's turn. We do this. He gets a card. And we'll see if we garnered any things that we need. Okay. No. We're so close. I think I'm just going to do this. I think we might spend the rest of this board trying to finish this out just so that we can. Okay, so that gives me this. And I'm going to play this card that says we earn 3 days. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So Noburo has no more cards. But that's all right, because I'm hoping that Okko saves the day, because Okko needs 1 exact card to finish that encounter out. So Enemies revealed. Add 1 to the fighting skill of every other active fighter. So that now becomes a 2. He's still a 3, but every other active fighter. So this guy's now a 2. And he gets his card. And we're hoping, what do I need it to be? Let's see what I need it to be. Because we've got the flame symbol. I need it to be that circle symbol right there. Let's see if we get it. No, I did not. That's okay. That's okay. So we're not going to do that. So instead, Okko is going to fight. So he is going to discard a card. No, he's going to do this one. Draw 2 adventure cards, which we'll have to shovel this and gain a day. And then when he fights, that's going to cost him a day because I haven't moved that up yet for him. He's fighting. That takes a day. And then he draws a card. Oh, no, we already drew the 2 cards from the one that I just discarded. Okay. And I could use his ability here if I wanted to, because I've got a 3, a 2. This is a 3. This is a 2 because of that. And then 1, 3, and 1. So I think I've got it. I don't have all of them, but I've got enough, I think. So 3. Discard that if I can find a discard pile. 3 to get rid of him. 2 because he's a 2 now. And then this gives me a 1. So 2 there, 1 there, and then a 2 there. We got them all, baby. We got them. Oh, we got them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 more, and we will get to look for another Oni. Just 1 more. Okay. If we can do another one, then we'll get rid of that one, and then we'll just be on that bottom row. We're getting close. We're getting really, really close. Okay. So that was Okko, right? Okko takes a wound. Thanks, Okko. You did your job. You took care of them. Moving along. So now we get to reveal another card. Woo, discard this card. That's great. I'm out of cards. Completely out of cards. What in the world? Completely out of cards. But Noburu gets 1 to start it out. He got some more sake, so he could earn 3 days if we need it. So we're going to hold on to that. What else? I can't do anything else. I'm just going to draw 2 cards. Instead, that moves us up a day. So now it's Okko's turn. We reveal another card. We got another skeleton here. And he can't do anything this round. He gets a card, and then he's going to draw 2 cards for his turn. We're just trying to beef back up here. He heals back up. Now it's back to Noburu's turn. Add 1 crow icon. This is bad. Oh, this is bad. We're getting close to those 5s. We're getting so close to the 5. Okay. And then what does Noburu gets a card. And now we're going to see if we have the icons that we need to finish out this challenge on the bottom. We do not. I don't have a circle. Let's see what Okko has. Does Okko have either one of those? Okko's got that symbol. So we're still looking for that circle symbol. That silly thing is elusive. So what could he do instead? I think we're going to spend a day, because I'm feeling good about our Oni board over here, the court board. So he's going to spend a day, and I think we're going to draw some more cards, because I am looking for that 1 symbol. Nope, still don't have it. Still do not have that symbol. But I do have some good fighting cards, so maybe this will get me ready for the next round. Okay, it's Okko's turn now. He was wounded last round, so he still can't do anything. Draw 2 enemy cards. This card counts as 2 enemy cards. What? Wow, this is pretty big. Draw 2 enemy cards. So just like that, now we've got a big 1. This goes away. Oh, bummer. And then look at what he takes. He's a 1 and then the 2s. Whew, this is tough. This guy's like a boss almost. Like, that's a big deal. What's up, boss? Oh, no. Is that the... that is the boss card. What am I doing? Ah! I messed up. So let's just let me shuffle these. That's funny. This guy looks like a boss. He's tough like a boss is. Of course he is, because he is a boss, Jimmy. Okay. So what did I do instead? Okay, I got lucky. Discard this card. Okay. So here we go. Huh. So what are you going to do, Nibiru? I still can't beat that thing. I still can't beat that thing. We're going to give, I think he's got the same icons that I do. He's got that one icon. He's got what he needs. I need one of those cards that says search the deck for the card that you want. So, okay, Nibiru's going to fight, I think. Let me see if I got enough. Yeah, he's going to fight, because then I'll get to look for an Oni. Okay. This is a 1. 1 and 2 values, so that'll get rid of that eventually. Gun. And then this is now a 2. So use that to get rid of this guy. And then I have this 2 that will get rid of that guy. So how many was that? That was 3 for Nibiru. So I gained a day. Well, he used a day to do it, and then he gained a day back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's good. So we got 6 of those. 2 left. Come back to our board, people. So here we go. Here's where we've searched so far. We have searched systematically all through here. This is the only Oni that we found. So now we're on to this one. This has got to be an Oni, right? It's got to be. Oh, so the Oni are on this final one. So the only Oni that are in here is right here. Nothing, 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 nothing. We've got 4 left. If we can do this right here, then we're doing good. So, okay, all this is gone. We have cleared our enemies, though. That's really good. And now it is back to Okko's turn. Nibiru did fight, though, so he becomes wounded. And I'm getting confused here. I think Okko should have already been healed. I think that should have been gone last round. So, okay, back to Okko's turn. Here we go. So I'm going to do this, try to help myself remember. Reveal an enemy card. Discard this. That's epic. New discard. Oh, wait, that's next round. Okay, so Okko, what are you going to do for me, my friend? You draw a card at the beginning, and it's what we needed. Good. Okay, so awesome. So now I'm going to discard. He's going to do this encounters card. He gets rid of the circle and the flame, and then that finishes this up, which allows us to look at 3. So now we are going to find this, I believe. So let's see here. Are you ready? Systematically doing this thing. Here we go. 1. There it is. 1 there. 1 there. 2. Aha, there they are. They're hiding on us. 3. So that's it. So I get a third one. I get to see. It doesn't matter, though, because we know where they are. 1, 2, 3. Can your brain remember that? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Good. Good. All right. Awesome. Good job. Good job. Okay. We're not there yet, though, because we have to remember that. So there we go. That took a day for that. And now we are going to, we haven't fought the final boss, so we have to keep going. I wish that we could just scoot on over to that final boss and maybe bank a couple days for that final round, but we're not. We're just going to keep on moving. Okay, next thing that we're going to do, we are going to, Okko's turn, reveal an enemy. Ooh, discard this card. And then he gets a card. Okko has a card again. And then now we are going to push our luck and explore. So because I want to get us to this next level that gives us 2 of those specialty cards. Oof. Lose 2 days, or I could push to the final crow. Let's do it. Okay, I'm going to push through. That pushes up that. So now we're at 5 crows. So that means the final boss is going to have that. And we move up 2 days every round. All of this is good. So I just need 4 now. 1, 2, 3. Come on, baby, don't bust. 4. There you go. That's 5 with an extra 1 to carry over. So there we go. So we get to keep an extra 1. And we've now moved into this zone, which gives us 2 cards to get. So, or 1 of these specialty cards, or we could take 2 adventure cards. I'm sorry. That's what that means. 1 specialty card, or I could take 2 adventure cards. And I liked this one that says take out 1 enemy of your choice, and we earn a day. So that'll be good. So that took a day there. But because it's the end of the round, there's 5 of those. I'm pretty sure that means that it's going to escalate 2 days. And so that pushes us to the end of the board. So that's the end of this one. So now we have now been through 2/3 of the game. We have moved through the inn at Kappa, the fort at Benton Pass. And now we get to show you my favorite board on the game. The favorite board is Mayutama's Domain. And I don't know if you say that right or not, but that's how I'm going to say it. Mayutama's Domain. And this is cool to me because it has a tornado icon. What? There we go. Basically, think about it. We are being chased by a tornado. This is epic. So we're going to get rid of these extra cards, swap this out. And if we get caught by this tornado, so there's a tornado. I didn't show you this on the board. There's a tornado now that's on the board. Every time a tornado icon comes up, we're going to put it out here. When it gets to 3, this comes up. If we are in the same location as the tornado, it gets swooped up and we take into the final battle. And so we got to keep the party moving or else we're going to get swept away. And so I just think that's a really cool mechanism. So let's get this out. So here's our final boss. I'm not going to show you what he does yet, but here are our specialty cards. And we now have the opportunity to change characters if we want. And I think I am going to do that. I'm going to get rid of Naburo because I don't necessarily need, I have to pay a day for that, but I think I'm going to get Notion because he does the whole success. I can summon a kami, and then this one right here is pretty cool that we have. This kami can only be obtained through summons. Draw 1 adventure card and move the tornado back from 1 location. So we're here and it's like on a 2 and it's like about to come at us. We can push that puppy back. So that's how that works. We got new enemy cards for this level and the encounters are tougher, but we don't really need to worry about encounters now because we kind of know where the Oni are. At least I do. Do you remember where the Oni are? They're in there somewhere on this board. So we're going to start this out. Good news is we have some banked cards. Notion does. Okko has 1 card, and we already have 2 of these that would help us look at Oni. And I guess maybe at this point you would do that if you had forgotten or couldn't remember. And so we're going to do this. Now on this level right here, we start out with having to discard a card in this location when we leave. So that's not good. We're already going to have to lose something. So Notion's going first. We're flipping over a card. This says take 1 win token. No! Already the tornado is cranking up. There we go. 1 tornado token. A win token, I'm sorry. And now Notion gets a card. And I say we just try to push on this thing. Since we know where it is, I think we ought to just try to go on through this and see what happens. So we are going to try to push our luck just a little bit. Oh, we were down to 3 cards, so I need to shuffle. That's a bummer. Shuffle our Explore deck again. I want to go ahead and explore because we've already got a win token, and if that thing gets to us, then we're pushed on up. So that's not good. So what I'm going to do is Notion is going to try to press his luck and see if we can take the party out of here. So number 1, it's 1. I need a 3. 2, 3. That's it. There we go. Those go to the side. We come back here. And now we're going to move our thing up, but we have to discard a card to do it. So there we go. Move on. It is now Okko's turn. We reveal a new threat, and that says take 3 win tokens. 1, 2, 3. So the tornado moves up, and it goes to 1. Tornado is coming. They are not playing on this round. And I love how this ramps up at this part of the game. So now, in order to move ahead, all that we have to do is discard 2 cards. He has 2 cards, Okko does, but I don't want to do that, which Notion should have gone and taken a turn, and then Okko is now going to draw 2 cards for his turn. Poof. All right. I don't know if I should have done that, because if we get 2, these are pretty powerful. Yeah, we're just going to go with it. We're going to go with it. Okay, Notion's turn. So first thing we do is do this. Take 2 win tokens. That's unbelievable. Yep. So that's going to go up, and exactly what I said happened. So poof, this takes me up, and now the tornado catches me, and now the tornado takes me all the way to this final boss. Now, what's interesting about this is the boss is going to be revealed, okay? And then let me read to you what it says. But if we did not already know where these Oni were, it would be really bad. Can only be fought if there is at least 1 hero. Each player discards 2 adventure cards. In case of a tie in fighting or investigating, the hero receives 1 injury token. So we have to discard 2 adventure cards. And this is not good. So it is Okko's turn. He is going to get a card. And now we come back to the board. We have to get rid of 2. Oh, I should have passed some over. Doesn't it say each player? Let me take it back. Can only be fought if there's at least 1 hero. Each player discards 2 adventure cards. In case of a tie in fighting or investigating, the hero receives 1 injury token. 2 is not good. 2 cards. Let's get rid of the 3-day thing because we're already at the end. I'm one fan that Okko does not have that many. 3 days, get rid of that. Ugh. Get rid of that. Okay, so here's his turn. He's going to play this card that gives him 2 adventure cards in a day. And now we got to get rid of a 4 and a 2, and I do not have it. So he's not going to attack. Wow. Yeah, that guy's tough. That guy is super, super tough. All right. What are we going to do? Okay, so that's it. So that's the end of that. It goes here. Next round, another guy comes out. Discard the enemy card. Take 1 win token. Okay. Doesn't matter because the win's already there. He takes this one. And now, here we go. Let's see if we can beat him now. So we've got 4. Yeah, we did. Okay, here we go. So now we've got this 3 and the 1 is his 4. And then this 3 is his 2. So we got rid of Kuban. It's gone. And that is the end of the final boss, which would trigger the end of the game. And we would get to look at 2 of these. We'll do this just so that we say that we had looked at it. And then just because I'm getting nervous now. Yes. Okay. All right. So now it is the end of the game. And we can, let me just do this. We can get rid of all of this stuff because this is what it comes down to right here. Boom, 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 boom. So now we get, now we get to make this choice right here where we say where the 3 Oni are, and let's hope that I didn't mess it up. So 1 Oni, 2 Oni. I think the last one's right there, is it not, my friends? 3 Oni. Dun, 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 dun. We did it. We made our way through. We adventured and we went into the court of Pajan and we successfully killed the 3 Oni that were there. And then all of these bystanders that had no clue what was going on, didn't know what we were doing. What have you done? You have saved our lives. Thank you so much, you wonderful Oni hunters. We believe in you. And the Oni are dead. And we, the hunters, are victorious. We're victorious. This is a great hand management, card management game. of just managing your cards, managing what's coming out at you, managing the threats that are around you, those days. This is not a complicated game. This is fun. You kind of saw how I just grabbed cards and played them. It is fun solo. We just had a great time, or at least I had a great time. And it's also great competitive, or not competitive, but co-op, because you are working together and talking about what you want to do. And sometimes that's a lot of fun to be able to work with someone else and say, okay, I don't think we ought to, like what I did, where I don't think we ought to, we need to get out of here because the tornado's coming. And I'm like, no way, we shouldn't do that. And then like, see, I told you so kind of thing. And so it's great. It's on Kickstarter right now. There are multiple versions of it that you can get. I think there's extra expansions, other characters that you can get to play with. And I really like that. I don't know what all the campaign has, but you need to go and check it out. It is already overfunded in day one. So the people that love this have already shown up. So you can go and back this game knowing that it's going to be made. They've got their funding and they're just on day one. So who knows what else they have planned. The artwork's great. The gameplay is solid. So go check it out. It's called Okko Oni Hunter. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining me tonight. It was a lot of fun to play this game with you. And thanks so much. We'll see you next time on the Board Game Spotlight.